Hello, Bottom. I'm sorry for that. It's been a long day. I've been podcasting since 11 a.m., listener. And I don't know if you can tell, we got the ring light on. It is nighttime. But the good part of that is I got to hang out with my friends all day. And one of my good friends, Irene Tu, is on the podcast this week. I get into a big discussion on sexy body hair on women versus men. And we talk a little bit about that. Really, really fun. And Irene gets into purposefully not labeling her gender or sexuality in a really fun way. And then a really deep philosophical conversation with Maddie, as per usual. Good stuff. So please donate, patreon.com/WHGS. It's a great gift for somebody who's a fan of the pod. They get bonus content, 4 bonus episodes every month, my live stream, yada, yada, yada. And it really supports everybody here at the team. And then also, I will text you when I tour your city. Lots coming up. Australia coming up. Tons of international. Canada. Woo, it's so exciting. Thank you guys from all over the world for supporting me. I can't even, that's so great. I can't even wrap my brain around it. If I start thinking about it, I'll cry. So thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Helix Mattresses, the best mattress in the game. Listener, Martin Luther King had a dream, and you will dream more soundly on a Helix mattress. I know, because I also hate racism, and I sleep better than I ever have on my Helix mattress. And right now, there's an MLK flash sale. So go on over to helixsleep.com/gaysex for 27% off site-wide, plus 2 free dream pillows with mattress purchase. One more time, that's helixsleep.com/gaysex for 27% off site-wide, plus 2 free dream pillows with mattress purchase. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex, listener.
I famously don't come, but I famously refuse to put myself in the A spectrum. Also, like, people love to say that I'm non-binary, and I also refuse to do that. Since I was a kid, I was like, I never felt like, oh, I'm like a girl in that way, because I do a lot of tomboyish things, or, you know, I've always kind of wanted to present more gender fluid. But I also don't feel like I'm a man.
Oh, yeah, I think you might be non-binary, yeah.
But I don't wanna. And isn't that the most non-binary thing I can do? What's with this banana?
It's
so trippy.
At Coney Island.
You won this giant banana?
Us auditioning right now. I did win this. Just so you know, Irene said this sincerely moments ago, but yeah, I won it. I won. I hit all of the blocks off the table, you have to hit the blocks and they have to land on the table. They can't spill off the table. The table is small.
And those things are usually rigged.
Yeah.
And you nailed it.
Is
this the biggest prize?
This is the biggest prize.
Wow.
Can you imagine if there was bigger?
The banana's even bigger.
No, this is a participation trophy.
Yeah. No, I got to pick. They had gold and silver, and I went with.
Oh, they were all bananas.
They were all, for the top prize.
Okay, yeah. But
There's not.
I don't
Yes,
know if
they're
there
all
was like a
fair.
bear.
They'd be in their fruit for the top prize.
I mean, I thought there might be like a giant teddy bear or something.
I went with rainbow banana for the gay studio. That's what I did.
Yeah.
For everybody. I love this banana.
When did you get
It
this
is
banana?
deflating.
It's a.
Oh, I
it's
assumed it was
deflating?
like. Whoa! I've never
Wait,
touched
let
it
me-
before.
let
I
me
assumed
touch
it
it.
was like stuffed.
Yeah, I thought it was a
No, it's
stuffed
got
banana.
air.
Oh.
It's kind of deflating.
I'm gonna be honest. I was more impressive when I thought it was stuffed.
I guess that makes sense. More materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that it's just air, I'm like, they ripped you off.
I can go back and ask them to stuff it.
Yeah. Stuff the banana.
With other
You're
prizes.
gonna get your kneecaps broken if you just walk into Coney Island and are like, "Hey, someone stuff it."
Stuff my banana. Yeah, I
Well,
said
one mob guy is gonna be like, "Oh, fucking." You're gonna say what?
No, why are you coming in with weird energy? Because I sensed it when you walked into the room, and thought, did I do something wrong?
No, you did nothing wrong. Well, okay, I was upset with myself that I was late, and I'm also realizing that I think I'm having a full ADHD fucking spiral. This is what happens to me is I like think, okay, here's the funny thing is like, I saw this tweet that was like, getting an ADHD diagnosis, they're just like, congrats, you have baby iPad brain and now you have to take meth forever. And I'm like, that is what it is, where you're like, people are like, oh, it's like neurospicy. And I'm like, I think this is a disability because it like, okay, I'll get on this. I bought like a giant thing of poster board and I was like, I'm going to write out my weekly fucking schedule, blah, blah. And then I got too manic and I went to the gym and I drank a ton of coffee and then I was up till 5 a.m. and then I crashed and I had to cancel my early plans today. And I woke up with like I had started rearranging stuff in my room and you just like, you wake up in the middle of like, oh, I went too far on the productivity. Like, I don't know how to just slowly ease myself into like I'll go like, I'm getting my shit together and then I'll go too far and then I'll just fucking crash.
Maddie, I really think that like 75% of your problems could be solved by a regulated sleep schedule. I really mean it.
Yeah.
How do I get you to bed at a good hour?
Well, but here's what's fucked up. I routinely have to do things at like 9 in the morning and then I routinely get home from spots at like 3 or 4.
What are you doing at 9 in the morning?
I don't know, like podcasts or like if I want to work out, like if I want to have any kind of like exercise schedule.
It has to be at 9 in the morning?
I feel like because podcasts are in the afternoon.
How many podcasts are you doing?
Yeah, what?
Like this one and then me and Kenyon's a few
Okay,
times
but
a
this
week.
is like 3 p.m.
Irene's
Like, are
taking
you
down.
working out from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.?
We were talking about this. We were talking about this.
Like,
on
I feel like you could have worked out at like 12.
Go
This is
off.
where I'm like, I think my brain is like broken. Like, okay, do you ever have like where you like, I'll think that a task is going to take way longer than it is.
Yeah, working out does not take from 9 a.m. to 3
Well,
p.m.
working out.
What if you want to work out and then you need to like buy groceries and then you need to clean your room and then you do like one other random task. You're like, oh, some novel task that day. And then you have, I mean, sorry, this is like so not funny.
No.
Just being like,
I
how
think
do
we
you
should
become an
figure this
adult?
out
Yeah,
because
I
I'm
wanna
also
solve
a very
this.
busy person. But I feel that, you know, we can get this done for you, Maddie. I think we can make this happen.
It's just, I literally feel like so stupid because I'm like,
Are you doing spots till 3 and 4 in the morning, or are you doing a spot and then you're hanging?
Because I feel like the spots end at what, 1, 2?
Yeah.
At the latest?
Yeah. But then it takes me an hour to get home.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I will have a spot at like 1 in the morning and then I'm not home till 2. But yeah, a lot of times it's a hang.
Yeah.
That's why I see my friends.
But don't you see your friends all the time?
Maybe it's
I can
like
probably see them during the day. I can see my friends during the day.
No.
Well, here's where you're gonna get an embarrassing window into my thinking. Is
Yeah.
there's like I'll frequently come home, not do my skincare routine, fall asleep in my contacts, and wake up and be like, what have I done? So I was like, I'll drink coffee as I'm leaving the cellar so that I'm awake enough to do my nighttime routine. And I think that has maybe fucked me up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we solved it.
Yeah. Don't drink coffee at 2 in the morning.
But
Definitely
otherwise, I'm
not.
tired all the time.
And just take out your contacts.
Like, literally all the time.
Okay, Maddie. We have. I think it might be time for an intervention.
Yeah. No coffee.
Yeah, you can't.
At
You can't.
2 in the morning.
Something else needs to be done.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
like maybe you have to say no to certain types of spots. I know. I understand. Or maybe you have to say just no to social engagements that take place after those spots.
I would even say that's just don't drink coffee at 2
I think you could start with no coffee.
Yeah,
it's
you know
like-
what?
like
Let's
you're
go with
go-
the easiest thing. No coffee at 2 a.m.
It
Yeah.
would be one thing if you're like 2 a.m., then I'm going to the gym. But you're like 2 a.m., so I can do my skincare routine before bed.
Okay,
You're
also,
doing
what
the-
is the skincare routine? If you're just taking out your contacts, you can do that.
Yeah, I think it's
You
just a
can fully
discipline
do-
issue.
Because also the contacts thing, because I've slept with my contacts in. If I slept with them in, I wake up fucked up.
Yeah, it's like really bad.
Like it like messes up your sleeping because I feel like it's like stuck in your eyeballs.
it's painful.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
with the rapid eye movement
Yeah,
stuff.
because it's like it comes out really dry. It's like hard to take out. So I feel like if you didn't fall asleep with your contacts in, also huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we just do one thing at a time. And the first thing is like no coffee after 7 p.m.
And take out your contacts.
and take out your contacts.
Yeah.
And the skincare, you're so young.
Yeah. Well, what is the skincare routine?
You know, it's literally just like take off my makeup, wash my face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So manageable.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
But this is the ADHD thing is where it's like basic discipline like this. Like I said this to myself like a month ago. I was like, perfect. This is all we're going to do. We're going to get home. all I got to do is wash my face and take out my contacts. And then I'll frequently wake up and be like, how did I not do that?
Are you on the meth?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it helping?
Yeah, like the first day, it helped a ton. And then by like the third day, I was kind of used to it and it helps like a little bit.
Wow. So your tolerance is.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're dealing with an addictive personality on top of meth. Needed meth.
Well,
Which
no, I don't
seems
think
like
I'm
a
addicted to it.
horrible-
I'm not like high. I'm just
No,
like.
no. But addictive personality, meaning your tolerance is like grows more than other people's. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm
Or-
messing around.
Yeah, but or I maybe I'm just a bad case.
You could be a bad case.
You might have to. They might have to prescribe you more meth.
You might need more meth.
Ah. Okay.
What were you gonna say about my arm?
Oh, that I was just like
I have
you
a
were like
couple-
you said you got scratched by your cat, and I was like I figured it was either cat or you looked like just a little bit sad. A little bit sad.
It does kind of look like I was cutting myself, listener. No,
No, then I said it was Maddie WIENER core.
Yeah. Which means what?
Because I've been too much of a pussy. Like when I was like emo in middle school, I like scratched myself with a hairbrush. 'Cause I was like stupid. Like it was sad and I was being very mean to myself. But at the end of the day,
Or
I was
a
just
hairbrush?
scratching myself with a
Or
hairbrush.
was it
and not-
ADHD and you just forgot to buy the razors? And all you had lying around was your brush.
I
and-
drank too much coffee.
I drank
I'm
too
not
much
coordinated
coffee.
enough to kill
You're
myself.
not even coordinated enough to kill yourself. You don't have the discipline, Maddie. You don't have the discipline. Here, let me
oh my
get-
god! I go to kill myself and I'm like, I missed the train.
Wait, you know what, Maddie? You're talking to the perfect person about this. Kill yourself, Maddie. Kill yourself. You might not take this seriously because it's a podcast. It's a comedy podcast, but listen to me right now.
Probably not for you, but for me, the whole year was worth it for that moment. That's so fucking funny.
All of your sales tanking worth it just so you could get that message.
No, it's not worth it.
No. What happened was I can scratch my cat on his ear in this special spot that makes him ghost move his leg.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean by
Yes,
that?
the rabbits have that.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
Does
humans
the cat
have
have
that?
a clit behind the ear?
It's a clip behind the ear. It's a cat G-spot, not the one we all know already behind the tail. But so I started doing it and Jen was like, oh my God, do that again. That's so cute. And the second time he started hitting my arm by accident with the back
Because
leg.
he already came and it hurt.
Yeah. Perfect setup.
Ow, stop it. Stop it. I Jen was filming it, so I was like, wow, I'm not gonna ruin her video.
So then you just got scratched.
So I just got scratched. I didn't realize how bad
So
it
this
was.
is your like the meme where the guy's taking the arrows in the back to protect the woman.
I am,
But it's just
but
Jen
it's
filming
my
a cat video.
and I'm doing it to myself.
I honestly thought you like tripped and fell.
Yeah, it's just a scratch. It looks like rug burn or something. It's not that bad. I just don't want it to scar because it does kind of take up a lot of space.
I will be honest, my first thought was IVF. I was like, oh, it's like IVF. They had to like.
No. I got my all my eggs.
They
and
got
we're
all the
good.
eggs from Ashley's arm.
Yeah. Again, no one knows how this stuff works though. I
Yeah,
will
truly,
say.
I just saw any abrasion. And I
Alex,
was like, oh
I kind
yeah.
of made fun of you in my set because I was like, my male editor asked me if like, he was like, you're still doing that? And I was like, what did you think happened? He was like, oh, I think don't you just go in and get them? And I was like, I'm not a fridge. You can't just open the fridge and have the eggs. It doesn't work that
That's
way.
so
That's
funny.
funny.
Well, thank you for being here, Irene. We're in the
Of course.
apartment. We're having gay sex. Well, we're not really having gay sex
No.
with Irene Tu. Great comedian. What are you doing lately? What are you working on that you want people to know about?
I'm just doing stand up and
You're on
trying
tour, though.
Yeah, I'm on tour. Forever probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I have a story. It's
Also, is this in the shot? I was like, free feet
No,
in the video. Oh, feet are not in the shot.
Well, they're in the wide.
they are in the wide. Cut
They're
to
in
the
the-
wide, Alex.
Yeah.
These are my feet.
Well, I was just gonna, I was like, do you have a Wikifeet?
I do. And-
Is it good?
It was. I got reviewed bombed during the cancellation.
Yeah.
But
that wait, that's hilarious. They're like, this is how we're gonna take her down.
they review bombed my
Wikifeet.
podcast
So funny.
and my Wikifeet.
They just like they're like, you gotta take it. The ratings gotta go down on the Wikifeet.
It's so funny. This is because we can measure the exact ratio of like how much trickle down notoriety I get from. I got one bad review on like on me and Kenyon's podcast, which is one of only like 4 reviews.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Someone was like, they're very respectful of gender, but they frequently make mentions of themselves. And I was like, Kenyon and I are friends because we both want to ourselves at varying intervals. And who has a podcast? If I didn't want to kill myself, I wouldn't have a podcast.
No one who has wanted to live has a podcast.
Oh. So,
Wait, I'm on a hot riff. If you are spending time each week yelling into a microphone, you want to die. You are searching for meaning so desperately that you are vomiting your internal thoughts and putting it out to the world saying, help me, help me, help me. And we are still here, making other people suffer.
Or laugh.
Or laugh.
While we suffer.
While we suffer.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, Alex.
Wait, the comment was actually. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
No, I just did a Wikifeet check-in. You've recovered a bit. You're back to nice feet.
Are you
Ooh.
serious?
Have you been doing damage control? Because this one
I don't know.
photo
I don't because
is just shameless.
oh.
Just shameless. I'll put it on screen, listener.
That's basically the Nickelodeon logo right there.
Just shameless.
Listener at home, if you're not seeing it, my feet are splayed, my toes are splayed out like the Nickelodeon little slime feet. Yeah, drops.
Yeah.
I would say. But what was I going to say? No, Alex, I don't do any damage control because people,
right.
when you do damage control, the people get more mad at you. So I just left everything alone. You know, I don't delete
But you're
anything.
back to nice feet.
But I'm back to nice feet, and hopefully, money to come. If not, I will be starting an OnlyFans for my feet. Go to patreon.com/WHGS. You can get up to 4 bonus episodes a month, and that includes our full backlog, plus the live stream of my comedy show, plus a ton of other bonus content. It's the best way to keep this podcast going, and if you donate $1 today, that would have been more helpful for us than listening to the ads. So consider donating $1. And if you're on the fence, here's a little taste of what you'll see on the Patreon. You know how I know you're not gay? I'm about to say something so arrogant.
Okay, say it.
I don't think I could get you to fuck me.
Yeah, no.
That's your meter if she's gay or not?
Yeah.
If someone has sex with you
Because
specifically?
usually straight women, I can get them to fuck me.
Really?
Wow, I can't believe I'm talking like this. I just don't think there's any way, universe, no matter what charm I put on you, I don't think you would. And I feel pretty confident in my abilities.
Sure, yeah, sure. No, I don't think I would. Yeah, I think maybe I'm straight. Sure, I'm straight. This year, I'm
Guys,
straight.
this backfired on me. Sometimes I have a thought on the podcast and I'm like, don't say that. And then I'm like, definitely say it then.
I like that your thoughts are that and like that rich people should build schools more. I could fuck you and that means you're not a lesbian for sure. And also rich people should be capped at a certain amount.
One more time, that's patreon.com/WHGS. I do have a story. If you guys, I need a lot of uplifting for this because it's more of a
Please.
topic than it is a story.
Okay,
Okay. So
babes, I got you.
Thank
That's
you,
my
babe.
wheelhouse.
you're like riffing
No,
on a
more of a topic than a story. That's my whole thing.
Well, I think Irene's going to be in the same camp. You're sort of a born again virgin right now.
Yeah, okay, that's
You're still nunning.
Yes, I'm still nunning.
You've been nunning. babe.
I'm very good at nunning.
Yeah.
Once the shop's closed, don't try to open it.
Yeah.
It's fully
And
closed.
Maddie is a gay virgin,
Mm.
but I had to hook up with someone while I was on the road.
Recently?
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
recently. I don't know what your type is, but I tend to go for someone pretty clean cut, like not a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like
Yeah, I'm down for tattoos.
I'm getting the opposite vibe.
yeah, you're
Yeah, I'm down
like
for-
like a cute girly, but has like some armpit hair.
Sure.
Arm tattoos for sure.
Yeah, splotchy arm tattoos.
I'm not like I need it, but I like a weirdo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is more of my type thing. I've hooked up with all kinds of people who violate all kinds of things. Who cross.
That's not the word.
No, it wasn't. That crossover for me into different
That was
areas.
such a like Freudian slip moral purity thing. No, I've been with people who have like gone against God's will and have like tattoos and armpit hair and stuff.
But most of the girls, if not all of them, have a pubic hair regime. They have a routine that they do. You know, that the types of
Like
women.
a regimen?
A regiment.
Okay, because when you said
Regime.
regime,
What
I
is
was
wrong
like,
with me?
I was like,
What is going on with me right now?
I don't know. There's a lot of Freudian slips out
There
here.
really are. I'm not doing
I
good.
was imagining like just soldiers down here. I was like, oh God.
And also,
Those are
what
my
if-
fingers.
other than shaving it, routine, I'm imagining like hipster handlebar mustache, like twisting the
Well,
ends.
I've been with girls
like
that
beard
like
oil.
I think I've only been with like under 5 girls with like full bush, like unregulated bush.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've dated women that have like a landing strip. Most of the women are like fully waxing, fully shaving. So I have never had, and for me, it's not like I don't have a thing about it. That's just the way the fucking, like, you know, your algorithm takes you to the place. And mine has no hair, that place. This is what's coming up on my For You vagina. This is for me.
Is no hair.
A lot of times no hair or
very little.
Very little.
Okay.
I don't really think about it. I'm just happy to be there. I dated someone with, or I hooked up with someone with probably, this is so vulnerable. Like, this is such a topic that people have such visceral reactions to. I want to make sure before I start, there is no judgment here. I am just talking about hair. What you do with your hair, you're good. This person had more body hair than I had ever really seen.
You mean just in this region or just in general?
In general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't, how do you know that? You know what I mean? You don't really know when everyone's clothes are on.
Right.
And then the amount of pubic hair. I mean, I was almost like impressed.
Okay.
Because I was just like, I didn't know it could be that way.
Yeah. And did you say that while you were down there?
No, I did not. I did not. I didn't. And it was like so curly and nice. It was like ringlets, like all
They're
over.
plopping.
Ringlets. Okay.
Like, yeah, like it was like plopped and nice, and I wanted to touch it in like a sexual way.
Okay.
But
That's gay sex, right?
But like, I didn't want her to feel like I was being weird about her body hair. And I know with men, I feel like gay men have a much more open dialogue about body hair. Like they call them bears, and they love hair. They celebrate hair. And I didn't know, I was like pretty turned on in a way that like I did not expect to be. Because I've always just been like, I'm neither here nor there. It's your hair.
But now you're like, it's my hair.
Right, exactly. Now I'm down there and I'm like, I would like to celebrate this. Maybe just because I've never seen it before. But I just...
You're like the first man on the moon. Stick the flag in.
Right, one great pull for mankind.
You're leaving little thumbprints on it.
But I guess, like, I don't know.
They're like, we can't bring you back.
Houston, we have a problem.
I don't know. I just was like,
So you didn't say anything?
no, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to be impolite. But I guess maybe, what would I have said? Like, I love your hair. What if she had been sensitive about it?
But what if she is self-conscious that she has so much hair, no one's ever told her that they like the hair?
Maybe. I don't know.
So if you said it, she would have felt better about it.
I think this is one of those things where it's like, it could have gone so poorly, but it could have gone really well. I don't know. I just went
It's one of
down
those,
on
like,
her.
When it depends on I feel like if she feels sexy with it, because like if a guy cat calls me when I'm dressed like shit, I'm like extra mad because I'm like, fuck you, this is hot. I look bad right now. Do you know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
Where if a guy's like, I'm really into that, and you're like, well, that's like fucked up because I don't feel good. But then if a guy calls me while I'm like really dressed up, I've literally had times where I had to be like, no, fuck you. I have to like remember to be mad because I was like, I think I look good.
You're like, this feels valid to me right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. So if she was like, fuck yeah, then it could be awesome. But if she was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, I forgot to shave. If she's not into it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah.
really, yeah, you're right. Hair with women is such a touchy, we're so shamed into not
Yes.
liking it that it's like, who knows where
You
her
know what I
barometer
think
is.
I loved about it? I think it almost had nothing to do with the hair. I think it was the intimacy. Because women are shamed into getting rid of their body hair, this level of hair felt like a choice.
Whoa.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And like to leave it there is like, and to allow me to see it was like oh, like you didn't get cleaned up at all kind of thing.
Wow, interesting.
You know-
don't say that, but
I
yeah.
know, but I
Thank you for not cleaning up at all.
but I liked it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say okay, hold on. Okay. I don't want her to clean. I don't think of it that way. But like the patriarchy might, and you left it there and I got to see it. So I'm special. That's kind of like how it was, even though she had no idea she would be hooking up with me. So I don't think that that's what happened.
she had no idea.
No, we met at a bar and
Oh,
yeah. So.
but she found out at some point. She figured out. at
Oh
some-
yes, yeah. But there was no time to shave.
Got it. So if she had wanted to shave, she didn't have time.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, and I just I was into it, man. I liked smelling it. I was really down there.
What did it smell like?
Pussy.
Oh, I thought the hair smelled differently.
Like she shampooed it.
no, like she put like a pomade
Nice
in it.
product. Yeah, like she was styling it.
I was like, I have a pomade that I like. Maybe she put it on there.
But yeah, I think the only thing with hair that I would say is maybe right above the clit you should trim it. Cause then it gets like
In your teeth.
hard to maneuver.
Mm.
Yeah. But other than that, I think I don't have any opinions. But maybe some people like it in the teeth.
Forget to floss.
You know, I go on the road a lot. I don't always remember to bring it.
It's true.
People stigmatize ADHD life hacks, but you gotta find it where you can get it. If you forget to do your nighttime routine, just
go
eat
down
some
on
hairy
someone.
pussy.
Oh, I would love that to be a replacement. It's almost like a scrub, too. It's not just a floss. You're scrubbing your face, and you got squalane in the cum. You know about the squalane
I
in the
don't know
cum?
what you just said.
There's like a moisturizing thing in the cum. Alex, can you look up squalane, please?
When people say cum for, are you talking about like when people's pussies get wet?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Not
Like, so like
squirting.
pre-cum.
Yeah, wetness, lube,
Yeah.
the stuff.
Squalene.
Squalane. yeah.
squalene.
Wow.
I've never heard of this.
Squalane is the molecule that mimics our skin's ability to moisturize and repair itself.
Like the ordinary sells like
And-
squalene face wash.
And where do you think they get it?
Ordinary girls.
Yes. And squalane is
It's beauty products sourced from Fives. Okay, there's no Fives, there's no whatever, but that was fine.
Yes, they are, and they work for the ordinary. That was really funny. That was great.
and yes, squalane is a natural compound found in the vagina that acts as a lubricant and is involved in the body's sexual.
Isn't that
Is that
so
why dicks are so soft?
I was about to say, isn't that so fucked up that men who don't even need there's no stigma around the way men age, and they're getting their dicks and faces squalaned up, their hands.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why men age so much better than women.
They don't though.
I know, I'm messing around. But maybe not lesbians. Maybe lesbians
Interesting.
were aging the best.
Yeah. Because the dick is, they're getting that and then they're putting lotion on it 3 times a day from the time they're in middle school. It's like it's like,
You'd think they'd put that on their face at some point.
yeah,
though.
eventually you'd learn to spread it around.
Yeah.
But have you ever, you never touched it?
Mm-mm.
Like,
Mm-mm.
they're like, the
Feel like a
texture
baby's
is like,
bottom?
yeah. I mean, that's not what I'm thinking when I'm down there,
isn't
but
it-
yeah.
Well, I was meaning the softness.
it's like new or something.
Like it's new. But our skin down there is very soft.
But in a different way. Our skin is like their ball sack.
Okay.
Like in the womb, like I think that is what descends and becomes the testes.
Yeah.
So that texture is similar. But the dick is like a clit that got big in the womb.
Yeah.
So I guess it's...
What about the top of the clit? Is it like the top of the clit?
I'd have to go get some samples.
I've never
I don't know.
Let's work on that. Well, that's my gay sex from this week. I had big pubic sex.
Question to inform that. If you don't shave at all, or do you have thick hair?
My hair's pretty long and straight, but sparse. I cannot believe
the way you just described
that I reveal myself on this podcast.
The way you just described that sounds like
there is nothing left of me.
I'm picturing like Gollum.
What do you mean Gollum?
Like hair wise.
Gollum's bald.
But he has like 3 like straight spread out hairs.
That's really rude. That's really fucking rude.
No, I don't think that. Oh my God, I feel like I really hurt your feelings.
No, you didn't. Keep going. Call my
just the way that
my pubic
said
region
long and straight and sparse, which I know you're describing within the confines of like the density and length of pubic hair, but I'm picturing like the last scene in The Substance, you know what I mean? Like when she has just like this one strand she's trying to curl. Like I went really long, really straight, really sparse, and I imagine I need to dial all those back a little bit.
Yes, yeah, of course.
And now I'm picturing your pussy perfectly.
Thank you. That's all I've wanted. Why do you think I do this podcast?
I just wanted to get the parameters right before I render.
I just want to be perceived the way that I am.
Have you ever gotten jealous of a woman you were with?
No, I've never had that feeling of like comparing our bodies.
Yeah.
No, I've asked men about this because I thought it was different for some reason. I asked Sam, I was like, do you ever like feel like you're comparing penis sizes? And he was like, no. And I was like, why did I say that? Like, I never think.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
No.
Super interesting question. I don't think we've ever talked about it. Are you worried about that?
Well, when I've like talked to like flirted with girls and I'm whatever, dressed like fucking, like I'm dressed mask, and if they're femme, then like no. But if I'm dressed very femme and there's been times where I've been like talking to a girl and she's also very femme and I'm like interested in her, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm not pretty enough for her. And now it's like a 1-to-1. And then I do get a little like.
So when you're feeling like a man, you fall into the stereotype of it's okay for the dude to be uglier than the girl.
I think that is what Maddie just said.
Yeah, when I'm dressed like a man, I'm like, I have a career. What are you talking about?
I have a podcast, dude. I'm killing it right now.
Yeah, sometimes I fucking forget to brush my teeth, but I, you know.
Listener, if you've been listening a while, you know I absolutely love my Helix mattress. I'm getting the best sleep of my life. I sleep soundly. I almost sleep as if racism has been eliminated from our country. And that's why I'm so happy to partner with Helix, which is celebrating MLK Day by offering you 27% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with mattress purchase. Now, I personally love my Helix mattress because I went to helixsleep.com/gaysex and I took their 2-minute mattress quiz and I got matched with the perfect mattress for me and all my chronic pain. Now, a lot of my chronic pain may be from staying up late at night, worrying about social injustice, or maybe it's from my EDS. Who knows? But Helix has helped me solve it. We all know that Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. Get your dream on with your Helix mattress. Head on over to helixsleep.com/gaysex for 27% off site-wide, plus 2 free dream pillows with mattress purchase. One more time, that's helixsleep.com/gaysex for 27% off site-wide, plus 2 free dream pillows with mattress purchase. That's helixsleep.com/gay sex, listener. Did you have any gay sex this week?
As you know, I have not, as I'm still in my monastery.
Are you like learning new skills in there? Like, are you going to emerge like knowing how to whittle?
I played pickleball today.
Yeah.
I'm going to run a 5K, as
Yep.
I told you. I'm going to get ripped.
Mm-hmm. You laughed a little bit at yourself on that.
Well, we'll see how ripped I get. I'm on Duolingo. I'm just learning skills.
You're on Duolingo?
Let's go.
Yes, I'm learning Japanese
Nice. Why Japanese?
because I'm going to go visit Japan and I like sushi.
Okay, and you want to be able to order confidently?
Sushi. Yes, yeah.
Don't they just give it to you?
I don't know. I've never been to
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
And ordered sushi there.
Where are you going to go? Are you going to Tokyo?
Yeah, I'm going to Tokyo and just like go around everywhere. I'm
You're going
do it
to
for, like,
do
2
stand
weeks.
up at the comedy bar?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm just finding hobbies. I'm gonna learn how to fish next year.
Why next year?
I was a year out.
Because I don't have
Lake is
time right
booked.
now.
How long have you, if you don't mind my asking, how long have you been a nun
What's the longest or like just right now?
right now?
Since my ex-girlfriend and I broke up. So like a year and a few months.
Would you put yourself on the ace spectrum, do you think?
Um,
Because you famously don't come.
I famously don't come, but I famously refuse to put myself on the A spectrum. You can put me on the spectrum, but I
I'm
won't
not
do it.
putting anyone
I
on the
won't do
spectrum.
it. Yeah. Well, also like my joke where people love to say that I'm non-binary, and I also refuse to do that.
But that feels different to me.
Does it?
Yeah, because like, I don't know how you feel on the inside about your gender.
I probably feel how other people who do identify as non-binary feel,
Oh,
but
well-
I don't want to be labeled as that.
I think this rocks.
Because I want to be easygoing and have conversations with cis people easily.
Yeah.
And the second you are like, oh, my pronouns are different, you can just see their eyes like
What-
freak out.
That's kind of where I've landed too, where I'm like, queer friends will like call me they in like a group chat or something. And I'm like, sick, little shout out's nice, but I'm not fighting for it anywhere else. And it actually doesn't, it bothers me more to feel like otherized in these circles than it does to be like, I don't care to like explain it to people that don't get it. And maybe if I only hung out with queer people, I would be using different pronouns, but like, that's just like not life.
Right.
Wait, can I like investigate this a little bit?
Sure.
To you, you said, I probably feel the way other non-binary people feel.
Yeah.
How does that manifest itself?
Well, since I was a kid, I was like, I never felt like, oh, I'm like a girl in that way because I do a lot of tomboyish things, or, I've always kind of wanted to present more, gender fluid. But I also don't feel like I'm a man because I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm a man.
Sure.
But I just don't like feel like I always see things the way like other more feminine girls feel. So I always felt like in the middle of that. But I will say I usually have more friends that are like kind of femme or like women, but I like get along pretty well with men. Like I hang out with everybody,
Do you ever feel like misgendered when people say she? Do you feel like
Sometimes I think it depends on the context, Where like if people are like girls' night and I'm like, yeah, sure, but I'm like, I don't really know if I'm like
I think you
girl,
might be
know.
non-binary. Yeah.
But I don't wanna. And isn't that the most non-binary thing I can do? I think I'm the only true non-binary person in the world, actually. Isn't refusing to be non-binary actually more non-binary than being non-binary?
This is so based.
Because I'm actually rejecting a label.
Well,
This is so cool.
yeah. I mean, in a way, it's a passive protest. It's sort of a pronoun strike.
Because I feel like people identify as non-binary now in the way that now it's like a third gender.
Yes. And it has this like, maybe not to people who like are really tapped in it, but like colloquially, it has this connotation of what it means. And I'm like, I don't identify with that either. I even had that when I was younger. Sorry, not to keep coming back to, I relate to so much of this is like like when I was younger being like, it would be like, here's what like a non-binary person looks like. And it would be someone on Tumblr with like, it would just be like a look that I'd be like, I don't really feel like that. I just feel like not this thing.
I think we all understand
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it has become sort of a third gender. But
Yeah.
in some ways. I was like kind of with you a little bit
Yeah.
when you were like, oh, tomboyish,
Yeah.
guy friends, girlfriends. But when people, they, them, me,
Yeah.
it pisses me off. And I never feel misgendered by like girls' night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do feel a little misgendered by like girls' night.
Love girls' night.
I also, because I wrote, I have my joke about how people they me all the time. Basically, I also feel a little uncomfortable when people they me.
Okay.
And I don't know why exactly, but I think it's like they think that I'm a different person than I am when they do that.
Because you know that they're not using the word the way that you would use it if you decided to use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn. You're saying this about the haircut.
Yeah.
And it's not the haircut.
Yeah.
Am I
They're
getting
saying
that right?
they're saying it based on what I'm dressed as or whatever. It's almost as if when people would he me based on my haircut or my look, but I'm like, I feel like you're saying it, but like not in the way that I feel inside.
It almost feels like if someone hasn't asked you your pronouns and they assume they,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
or you're not passing and they assume he, I could see how it could almost feel a little like condescending. Like it
Yeah.
almost feels like, I see what you're dressed up as. And it's like, fuck
Oh,
off.
shit.
You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, maybe
like
it's
assuming that
that.
without asking is a little condescending.
That's
I
what I'm
think.
saying, because people will like assume, like they never ask me and they just they me, and then I'm like, something about this feels off.
The original co-host of this podcast, Gabriel, who went by Gara at the time, and now we know it's not a dead name. We checked on that. But he would say to me, I remember when you started looking at me the way that I really was, and I could like see it reflected in you.
Oh.
And for me, I think that might be a little bit what you guys are tapping into, which is like, this label is not meant to be a thing for you. It's like, I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And when you try to use it in this sort of like, I'm an ally type of way, it's not landing because you're seeing me like the Brooklyn barista.
Yes.
Am I
Yeah.
there? Am I
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
there?
Yeah,
I
100%.
think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because
And
in my heart, I'm like a boring suburban mall girl. Well, not girl in that way, but like I like grew up in the suburbs with all these white people, and we went to the mall. And when people they me, they like think I'm like a cool hipster or whatever, and I'm like, I'm boring. Like I feel like people they me thinking I'm cool and like queer in a way that I'm actually not that.
That's so interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
It's sort of, well, we've talked about this before. There's also this other kind of like third gender out there, which is sort of the she, they, where the they is not really about gender. It's a protest
almost like-
pronoun.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't believe in gender. So if you call me they, that's cool.
Yeah. And then there becomes this kind of like class, social, like
yes.
there's all this other stuff put on it that's not like we're describing like an upper middle class white girl that moves to Bushwick.
Right,
It's like that's a lot of other things other than gender.
Yeah.
There's a lot more, and then to make that the face of gender
And
is
you're like,
yeah.
I don't want to go to that protest with you.
Yeah.
I
love Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift. And I am maybe non-binary.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's so sick.
I love that what you're basically saying is, please depoliticize the they, them pronoun.
Yeah.
So that I can be exactly who I am and non-binary.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, I got a
Whoa.
yo. I got a yo from
That was
Maddie.
pretty
That's
good.
crazy.
It was?
But also I will say,
Sometimes
yeah,
I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm saying something good and it's not.
No,
and
I
then
think
other
that was
times I
good.
say something and people
No,
are
that
like,
was
that's
huge.
good. That was good?
Yeah.
but I will say I will probably always use she, her pronouns because I feel like when I've talked to people, that is just the easiest for them to use. Like even people that I know are like, I'm an ally, I'm super woke, whatever. People are always messing it up, like behind the scenes, not to people's faces. And I'm like, it's like their brain is always doing this. And I'm like, I just can't do that. Like can't do it.
Yeah. Almost like being confronted with their struggle with it is.
Yeah, I don't want to watch you struggle to say a pronoun. I'm like, can we just talk about what we were talking about?
Yeah.
Because they're always like panicking about it.
Mm.
And that makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
Even though they're like meaning to do well or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, we'll have a conversation just about like another friend of ours who like uses they, them pronouns. And then I can like see the number of times they're like messing it up. And like each time they're messing up, they're getting like more and more frustrated about it to the point where now it seems like they're mad at that person. And I'm like, oh God. And then I don't know what to do. So I'm like, I'm just not going to contribute to that because I just want people to like me.
Wait, can I go into the asexuality thing?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is this too personal?
No.
Okay.
I've told people I'm not having sex and I'm a nun.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's not too personal.
Yeah.
I mean, like I have to admit, this is like one of the topics that I'm like less versed in, but like,
well, that's
Humble
not
brag.
shocking to me. You have a podcast called We're
Okay,
Having Gay
okay.
Sex.
Yeah, but I try to include asexual people. It's very hard to get well-known asexual people on the pod. Just
Yeah.
FYI.
I think Paula Poundstone is asexual.
Is she?
According to Wikipedia, one time I was just like reading about her and I think it says that at some point.
I thought I saw something about Janine Garofalo too.
Oh yeah, I think that might be true too.
Oh, we could get Janine.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick.
That would actually not.
We
So
should
what
totally
you're
do that.
saying is
She's
I'm going to
so
be a
accessible.
legendary comedian?
What I was gonna say was, I heard someone describing it like people struggle to imagine what it's like to be asexual, and it's like, well, you can imagine sort of just enjoying something in a non-sexual
and
way.
not coming. Think about all the other things you'd enjoy and that don't make you come. It's like everything else in the universe.
Yeah, basically, like you can find
That's
someone
really funny, actually.
attractive
Yeah.
and not want to fuck them. You know what I mean? That's sort of the way people might feel about asexual people who have sex. You're like, what? I thought you were asexual. Like, you can enjoy this without it being, you can enjoy the intimacy. You can enjoy like all kinds of parts of it without it being a fully sexual experience. In the same way that I can notice that a man is attractive without having it be a sexual experience.
I would say for most people that I meet or see, I am not sexually attracted to them. Like, it's very few people that I am sexually attracted to. It's mostly like if I get to know them and I like their personality. But I don't like most people, so therefore the number is quite small.
Just a demisexual with a really high bar.
My standards are just super high. But if I'm like really into someone, like I like having sex with them, but it's like it's the on and off switch, you know, it's like if it's on, it's like, okay, we're having sex. And if it's off, it's like just lights out.
Got it.
You know? But no, I don't really want to identify as asexual, and I don't want this to sound bad, and it's gonna sound bad, but I just feel like being asexual is not cool. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not saying this. I'm not trying to say this in a bad way.
No.
But I feel like it's not deemed as cool by people.
No, people.
Am I allowed to say that?
I mean, listen.
I see you. You come to my shows.
Yeah, no,
I'm just saying, I
see
feel like
them
the
too.
general public doesn't view that as like cool.
Well, yeah, the phrase is, oh, she fucks. So I can't see it going the other way. Being like, oh, she does not fuck. Oh, that dude does not fuck, dude. He does not fuck, bro.
Do you think this is what Buddha was or something?
Wait, am I Buddha in this scenario?
Where you're like, it's just like kind of like a not attachment to anything, but it sounds kind of lame to be like, I'm actually not. And he's like, I just don't want anything. That's like a much cooler way to say it. Is not I'm
Buddha
asexual, is I've reached enlightenment.
Yeah. Instead of,
I kind of do feel like that sometimes.
yeah, I mean, you're not bogged down with like the bullshit of sexuality.
It literally seems like a higher state.
Yeah, it does. It does seem like a, well, okay. Don't you think then if all these people were like at enlightenment, we would have like fixed society? Because there's a lot of incels out there.
But they're not asexual.
No, they're involuntarily celibate.
Yeah.
We just need to
They're
make
not voluntarily celibate. That's the whole thing, right? Incel?
Volcel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about incels.
I know, but
yeah. I mean, but how many vol cells do you know?
but when you do the practice,
It's just self-sabotage.
It's merely a finger pointing to the moon, as they say in Buddhist doctrine. The practice is simply the finger pointing to the moon. It is not the moon itself.
Whoa! Wait,
What?
Alex? Jesus Christ!
Wait,
what a jump
what?
in! Can you break that down for us a little
Some
bit?
Buddhist doctrine, they commonly say, and so I want to say it's Zen Buddhism, but all the practice and ritual and meditation, it's merely a finger pointing to the moon is the metaphor they use. It's tools that will get you there, but don't mistake the finger pointing to the moon as the moon itself.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the metaphor.
Wow.
Got it.
Sorry, I jumped
Wait,
in
are
with
we
a
trying
real-
to be in the moon? Are we trying to be the moon in this?
So
I'm trying to figure this out.
Ashley is saying that because
We're-
they're practicing asexuality.
That's like the
this is not
meditation.
attaining the
But they're not actually.
they're not actually
Yes.
attaining the pure
Yes.
state.
That's incredible.
But I think in this sort of the paradox of this is that we're always pointing at the moon.
then
we
you're
can
never the
never
moon.
really
you can never be the
We
moon.
never really be the moon.
Yeah.
But you're not wanting to be the moon.
Do we want to fuck the moon?
We're just
I know. I was trying to figure that out. I was like, am I the moon?
Okay, so the sun's a boy and the moon's a girl, and we want to fuck the moon, but we hang out with the sun.
Wait, but which one's non-binary?
Wait, actually, yeah. We hang out during the day and we fuck at night.
Maddie, I'm not gonna fuck a man just because you think that's enlightenment.
No, you hang out with guys.
Don't try and Buddhist
you
your
bro
way
out
out.
under the sun,
No, no, no.
Margaritaville.
Don't-
And then the moon is like,
Do
when
not-
the moon comes on you, da 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 da
Oh, wow,
da.
interesting
That is
choice.
gay
Goodbye.
sex.
That's amore.
Is this tracking at all?
I think what
I
you're
think my
trying to
Adderall
say.
kicked in.
I think what you're
I'm gonna go
trying.
do my laundry.
I think what you're trying to say is that it's okay that you're not fucking women because you've reached enlightenment. And I don't want to hear that coming out of you.
No, that was not what I was saying at all.
Okay.
I was saying if I didn't want to, I think that would be enlightenment because I think the ways that I change myself for other people's approval kind of kaleidoscopes my identity in a way that I'm sure I'd be a different person if I wasn't scared of what people thought of me.
Oh, you're
Damn,
trying to
dude.
figure out who you are without other people's judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's very interesting.
But and that's why I'm like, it seems like it would be enlightenment because if I wasn't worried about if I looked this way, would this person want to fuck me? If I wasn't worried about that, I would just let my way that I wanted to
Can
be
I ask
flow
you a
out of
question
me.
about your comedy for a second? It's just coming over to you, Maddie, really quick. I don't know
Okay.
if you had a story prepared, but
Well, I can't. I have, but this is probably more interesting.
this is probably more interesting. Do you ever, when you write your jokes, because you're super methodical, you're one of the smartest people I've ever known.
So funny.
Yeah,
Thanks.
really, truly the funniest.
Thanks.
Are you the type of person that works it mostly out on paper, or do you go on stage and you're like, you find things up there? Or things don't always go as planned?
Pretty much all on paper. If I find something on stage, it's because it happened on accident and I was like, oh, I'll keep that. But I don't go up with a topic and be like, I'll find it on stage.
Okay.
Because I get nervous and as soon as they're not laughing, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it was dumb. It's kind of all,
Great.
yeah.
Pre-written.
Now, can I, what's that?
I said it's all pre-written.
Pre-written.
Yeah.
Can
And
I
I'll riff, but it's.
bring this
yeah.
back to the moon analogy for a moment?
Okay.
Okay. So you are a pretty amazing comic in that you can kind of like just get moon on paper, no pointing. But with your identity, do you think it's possible that because you are so smart and you are able to reason things out, that maybe in identity, this is the one area where going out into the world and experiencing the experiences
Fuck. Yeah.
might actually help you resolve this puzzle that you've been having?
You're saying touch grass?
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, very possibly.
I'm just putting it out there. Maybe you have to do a little
It's pretty
pointing
funny.
at the moon.
It's pretty funny. Because, yeah. It's so easy to be like, I can sit in a room and think myself into the thing, but you just got to go do it. And like, I've been in relationships with men. Okay, this is telling. This is interesting. I've been Okay,
Oh, I'm excited.
I've
to
been
hear
in
this.
relationships with men where I've dressed very feminine because I'm like trying to get laid. And then we're in the relationship and I'm like, oh, I can finally dress a little more like a boy. But I know that he'll still fuck me like a woman. Like when we're having sex, I am a woman and all the femininity and all that's there. But I don't have to like project it out all the time because I'm like, I know he's into it's cool. Like when I saw the girl with the dragon tattoo,
I haven't seen this.
there's
Okay.
a lot of fucked up stuff in that movie, but the one consensual sex scene where she is like, looks like an alien and has like spiky black hair and piercings, and then she fucks Daniel Craig. That was my representation. Is he wants her like a woman, but she doesn't really look like a woman, but she's like kind of a tomboy, but then he's like, God, you're a woman. And she's like, sure. Do you know what I mean?
A little bit. I think there are people, I can't tell you, I've had a couple sexual experiences where, I should probably talk about these separately, but where I've met women who are really, you know, I tend to go for femme, you know, kind of presenting, and God, they try to dick me down. And I'm not usually into it, especially first time, but like, you just never know what someone's going to bring to the table or how they're going to treat you until you're like in the room.
Yeah. But I will say, okay, I'm curious. Okay. I think I am definitely more comfortable in my gender identity when I'm like having sex and feeling desired, not even just in that moment, but when that feels good, I'm not as worried about, because I don't know, do y'all feel this where I'm like, there's two parts of gender and presentation for me. One is like how I feel and how I want to communicate. And one is like what people will like and me wanting to be like correct in their eyes.
Whoa, wait, for gender presentation?
Yeah.
You mean like
Please say you
needing-
feel that?
Like, of course.
Or I got to go read another blog.
Like what you're talking about is like what a woman is supposed to look like?
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's a way I would dress when I'd be like, I think guys will like this, but I don't feel it with women as much. I'm kind of like, I think I could probably dress however I want and I'll find a lady that's down.
With dressing, I feel like that's just a different. Oh man.
I
wow.
just don't care what other people think.
I like looking cute, but like, let me take a beat to
I
think
can also
about this.
rephrase it in one way.
Yeah,
That's-
rephrase it.
That there's gender identity feels somewhat influenced by my internal desires and somewhat influenced by external pressures, but not just in the way of like, this is who I really am and the world tells me I need to wear a skirt. In a more insidious, I'm in on it way of like, someone will like that and I'll like that they'll like that, so I genuinely want to do it now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the internal pull and the external pull, I don't know how to negotiate those and how much weight I should give to either of those.
Is the external pull only sex, like in a sex thing
That's
in a way?
very interesting.
Or is it just like men just being men? You know what I mean? Because I feel like since I don't really care what other people think of me sex-wise, because I mostly don't care, I don't feel like I have that struggle as much.
I think it's both in a what feels like a somewhat mutually exclusive way, where I know if I dress very feminine, men will want to fuck me, and I know if I dress more masculine, they'll take me seriously.
Mhm.
And I really want both of those things, and then it feels kind of devastating that it feels like they can't happen at the same time.
Feels like I don't know, that feels like a separate thing to me. I love when girls think I look cute, but I never makes me think about my gender.
Whoa, really?
Hmm.
Or
Ever.
even like your masculinity or femininity? Like those don't interact really?
No. Because I know that girls think I'm pretty. Sorry.
And you should know that.
Okay, this is
Guys, I'm just really sorry to everyone on the internet, to everyone in
So
society.
That's the clip.
I
That's the whole clip.
I'm really sorry to everyone.
Well, this would make me think
no,
of a
I
very
meant the
offensive
movie.
bit I thought of that I can't do, but that
What
I
is
might
it?
do. Well, okay, it's not offensive in the
He's
sense
got
of
the pen out.
no. Okay, I want to caveat this with like, I'm obviously not saying this about like all non-binary people, and it sucks because I think this is a dog whistle that someone who runs like the libs of TikTok account would say some shit. So like, caveat, safe space. This is me exploring like real
These
feelings I
are
have.
jokes.
Well, but also there is a real, like, it is real feelings that I have about myself.
Okay.
But I think it's very, very important that I'm like, I'm not saying this about other people, but at the same time, I have to explore it myself. Whatever. I have a bit that I'm doing right now. This part is a little offensive, but I'm still doing it. Is that I'm like, what if, like, when you go online and you take like an am I non-binary quiz, the questions are like, are you uncomfortable being a woman? And I'm like, oh, yeah, deeply. But then I'm like, that might also just be because I'm bad at it. And then I'm like, what if I feel non-binary just like the way that like a kid flips a board game when they're losing? You know?
That's funny.
Where you're like, how could I be an ugly woman if I'm not a fucking woman? Like there's a little bit of that. But also, I genuinely have had that thought where I was like, if I was a stereotypical 10 out of 10, just bombshell, like, would I not feel this way? And the bit that I had about it was that I was like, if you were like, I was destined to be a painter and you're stuck at your day job as a janitor, you'd be like, fuck this. I'm going to be the painter I was supposed to be. But if you were like Nepo babied into a CEO position where you're making $5 million a year, you'd be like, yeah, painting would be cool, but this rocks. There's perks to this. Maybe I'd stay here. And cis people laugh at this joke and you're looking at my eyes in a way that I realize I have a lot of work to do.
I have had sex with those. One of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in the most stereotypically feminine way is non-binary.
Yeah, as I was saying,
I think that they were at the beginning of their journey with that. They like were very sort of clear in their thinking about, I just don't fall into these categories. And because of the way that I look, I like feel like I can't escape them.
wow, interesting. I almost have the opposite of that where it's like, I'm like, oh, maybe I should try, being 115 pounds and just like try just full throttle woman. And then if I really don't like it, then I'll know. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is this sad or interesting?
It's both.
Isn't that just comedy?
But this is kind of how I feel. I don't know if this is like, sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was just just trying to throw in a joke.
But like, kind of like when you're like, oh, like when you use they, them pronouns and you can see people start to panic. Sometimes when I talk about gender, I can feel people get like, oh, like sad. And I'm like, no, this can also be like a fun figuring it out. Like I have the luxury of it being a fun figure it out thing. Yeah. And so I don't know.
No, I don't.
No,
also,
it's sad.
Also, you never have to figure it out either.
Yeah, you don't. You don't have to.
There's no answer. You can just be.
For the listener at home, we're pointing
at the moon.
Sort of over there.
So yeah, it's over there.
Over there.
Well, what a fitting metaphor that you guys can see the moon and I can't. It's kind of this whole thing. I wanted to point at the moon so bad, but I think I'm sitting at a weird angle and I can't quite.
If you just turned around, you'd find your gender.
Yeah.
It's been behind you the whole time. I think we should probably record bonus if we're going to do it, but I think, like, I don't know, like, I definitely am so masculine. And girls will call me beautiful. They'll be like, oh, you're so beautiful. Jen, calls me beautiful. I think I'm dressed because I want to feel cute. And beautiful is funny because it's like,
I was going to say, if someone called me beautiful, I would be deeply uncomfortable.
Deeply.
Yeah. Like that would be like where I'd be like, oh, I feel non-binary in the way if someone called me beautiful, I'd be like really uncomfortable with that.
That's one of the ones where I'm like, that's an interesting one for me because like if someone calls me dapper.
Dapper's cool. Cool is cool.
No.
Wait, handsome?
Someone.
I feel like handsome is like top hat, suit,
That's
whatever.
how I feel about dapper.
Right?
You want to hear something crazy?
What?
I should probably tell this on another episode, but this really maybe trans guy, just like totally butch, very mask, came up to me after a show and they or he, I don't know, like grabbed my arm on the way out, like wasn't standing in line for the merch and like looks me directly in the eye and goes, you look really handsome, and left. And I was like, I think that's the only time that has ever made me feel giddy in my entire life.
Wow.
Like if Jen called me handsome, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But for some reason, like in this weird circular gay way that I still don't understand, I was like, oh my God.
Well, you're like talking to an expert.
It almost,
You know what I mean? If you're like super butch masculine or you're like a trans guy, you basically got your fucking PhD in how to be handsome.
It did
Because you're like, I worked for this
I
shit.
don't know how
and
handsome
you're-
is supposed to make a man feel, but I think it made me feel the way beautiful makes women feel. It made me, I was like, oh my
Whoa.
God. Because I was like the little girl in the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whoa, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'm being like bottom. He's topping me in multiple ways.
Yeah,
right now.
it's giving like good boy kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It was very strange.
Yeah.
Never had another experience like it.
Whoa.
We should probably end the episode.
Sorry, mine just turned into kind of like a therapy corner.
No,
I
no,
love
no.
these
No, it's
conversations
great.
though.
No,
Thank
I
you.
know.
And
I
I've
know
had
that-
some people actually come to me at shows and be like, the gender conversations like really like I've had some like very, this is not to toot my own horn, but just
Toot it.
it was cool. I've had a few people come to me in shows and be like, I like wrote down quotes that you from when you guys were talking about gender where you articulated something that I was like, yes, that's exactly how I feel. And like, I don't know, I've had some people that were like, these conversations
Maddie,
really
you
like,
don't have to justify it.
it really makes me happy.
We continue to have you on.
Cool.
And
Thanks.
we keep doing them.
And they're genuinely like interesting and cool for me too, because we're getting to talk to like so many queer folks and like I don't know, these conversations are cool. So I'm
Good.
sorry I wasn't a story, but
No.
thanks.
Don't
That's cool.
apologize.
Sorry.
Don't be
Okay.
sorry.
Now I feel like a girl.
Nothing you want to plug?
Just see me on tour, which I will be on forever till I reach enlightenment. IreneTu.com.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
And Maddie?
Ashley, you're about to be so proud of me. I'm gonna be in not because I'm touring, just because I actually have the dates handy. I'm gonna be in Dayton, Kentucky, Toronto, Ontario, Portland, Oregon, Corvallis, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, and Houston, Texas coming up. Punch Up Live, Maddie Wiener. Link for it is in my Instagram bio.
I'm dropping all my 6 months of tour dates in very soon, so go check those out and get on the text alert. I'll text you when I'm in your city. Thanks, guys. Bye. Thanks for listening, everybody. Patreon.com/WHGS for a bonus episode with Irene. Some really fun stories on that one. Yeah. It supports us as well. And obviously my text alert and gay thought. I might have a gay thought, actually, Alex.
Oh wow, a first.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kidding.
Can you shut the fuck up? No, unmute. Never shut up, Alex. Can you guys, you know what? I'll save my gay thought for next week. Alex appreciation. Alex
Whoa.
Alex never misses. I don't know if you've picked up on this, but every little detail, he always kills it. He fixed the theme song this week so he wouldn't have the copyright issues, or that was last week, or I don't know when this is coming out. He just always has every little thing under control. I have never met a person who doesn't miss the way Alex doesn't miss. He's reliable, he is dependable, and he's very good at his job. I don't know what neurosis he has that he's putting all of this talent into my product, but I appreciate it deeply. Are you secretly a lesbian?
No.
Well, I would like everyone in the comments
But that's very sweet.
to write a little thing, a time that we lost the video and he made an animation, or a time where he, did something fun in a short that you saw, something in an edit where you're like, I really appreciated that cut there because it caught something that maybe I didn't even see, okay? I want you to write that in the comments and appreciate Alex because you're not donating to Patreon, so he's not getting the money. Piece of shit. And if you are donating, you piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry.